Well met, travelers. Tonight we're going to be cooking like gladiators, well, hipster gladiators, with a grain bowl. So let's check out these ingredients here. Inspired by ancient Rome, we've got mushrooms, white mushrooms, an apple, onions, green cabbage, carrots, and a lemon for the sauce, which we'll cover in just a bit. The first step here is going to be to cook our lentils. So we'll do 1 cup of lentils. And remember to always wash your lentils. You never know if there's like chunks of dirt or rock in there. So it also reduces the bitterness too. Let those drain. We'll cook those in a basic saucepan. Pretty messy there. So I'll just transition these. So for 1 cup of dry lentils, you want to do roughly 3 cups of liquid. You can do veggie broth or water. Veggie broth's more flavor, obviously. I'm doing water here because I'm adding spices and salt. And I want to control the flavor. So what I found works pretty well is half a teaspoon of salt. Let's measure that out. And I know there's some people who claim that adding salt before you cook the lentils will prevent them from getting tender, but it's actually not true. I think that's more acids that you should be concerned about. This is a little bit too large to stick in my spice container. So roughly 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika. That's actually all of my smoked paprika, so it might be a little bit less. Then we want to do 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. It's getting low, it's hard to work with. There's half. 1. And for that Roman flavor, ground cumin. I'm going to do half a teaspoon of that. Alright. So let's give that a mix. Turn the heat on high. And basically we just want to bring that to a boil.
Oh, little Katniss wants food.
Come on, watch out. She loves apples, so we're out of here. So let's start with the chopping.
She wants the scraps.
I'm not even going to skin the carrots. I'll just chop them into rounds. I actually haven't chopped cabbage in a while, so no judgment here. Let's try long ribbons. And then I guess crosswise.
Fail number 2.
Oh!
But she finally got her apple.
Alright, so with the lentils, you want to bring them to a roiling boil. They smell amazing. I can smell the paprika already. You can see roiling boil. Cut the heat to medium low. For me, that's 2 out of 10. Give them a nice stir. Put a lid on. And we'll let those simmer for about 20 minutes. Alright, so if you watched episode 3, you know barley was the primary fuel of the Gladiator. It's an excellent whole grain. 4 to 5 grams of protein per serving. So let's get that started while the lentils are cooking. Just dump it in a large saucepan. And this is pearl barley. I got this at Whole Foods. You can get it at Trader Joe's as well. So it cooks in about 10 to 12 minutes. Then just cover it with, you know, roughly 2 times as much liquid as barley. And we'll set that up on high and bring it to a boil. Got a roiling boil going now. I will turn this down to low. Give it a quick stir. This is the barley, by the way. And then we'll put the lid on. That might foam up, so I just need to watch it. But basically, the barley just needs to cook for 10 to 12 minutes like that at a, you know, low simmer. Just an idea. You know, I am making this recipe up as I go. I will finalize it and post the official recipe later, but I just want to show you how you can be creative with historical ingredients and draw inspiration from history. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add the mushrooms to the lentils while they're cooking. I think that actually should enhance the flavor quite a bit. We'll have that nice earthy mushroom flavor cooked in with the lentils. This is about halfway through their cooking process. So actually, that stopped the simmer. So I might turn the heat up just a bit to 3, medium-low, just to bring that back up to a nice simmer. And we'll finish those off. They need about 7 more minutes. All right, so we're gonna check the barley first. That is very hot.
Remember to use oven mitts.
Just want to taste that to make sure it is done. Still just a bit al dente. I'm actually going to put that on for a few more minutes. So we'll put that back up to 3. Alright. Now let's check the lentils. So the barley cooked for about 10 minutes. Lentils have cooked for about 25. We just want to make sure that they are done. You can see these look like they're falling apart nearly, which is good. Definitely gonna burn my mouth here. Ooh. Ooh. I think those are good. We'll take those off. So while the lentils and barley are finishing up, let's do about 1 tablespoon of oil. This is grapeseed oil. It's a good high heat oil. You could also use veggie broth if you're whole food plant-based. I can't talk. So we'll heat that up over medium heat, let the oil get hot, and then we'll saute our veggies. So for the lentils, let's go ahead and drain them. You can see we have a nice stew going there. I tasted it. You can really taste the mushroom. It's quite good. So we'll drain that. Drain off the excess liquid. I know there's a lot of flavor in there. Oh god, that's hot. A lot of flavor in there, but you know, ultimately we don't want the extra liquid, so.
Ooh, nice pour.
Solid pour there. Alright, let's put that back over here. So let's go ahead and close the loop on the barley. We'll just go ahead and drain that. It's almost like pasta. You don't actually have to, you know, cook it down like rice. Just drain off the excess liquid. Pour it back in the pan.
Another solid pour.
Set it aside for now. So let's saute the veggies now. We'll start with the onion, carrot, and apple. Just do them all 3 at the same time. Give those about 5 minutes or so until they start softening up. You hear that nice sizzle. Alright, you see those onions are caramelizing nicely. Apple's starting to cook and brown as well. Carrot's softening up. Let's go ahead and add our cabbage. And let that cook down for another 5 minutes or so. You'll know if you watched episode 3 that the Romans ate garum, which garum I believe is how it's pronounced. which is a fish sauce, a famous fermented fish sauce that was eaten really all across Roman society. The closest we can come to that with vegan cooking is Worcestershire sauce.
Without.
So obviously be careful here. This is vegan. No anchovies in this one. It's pretty good. It'll add that nice like fishy fermented umami flavor. So we'll do a tablespoon of that. A tablespoon of maple syrup. I think honey would have been the primary sweetener for Romans, but obviously that's not vegan, so we won't do that. A little bit of Dijon mustard, probably like a teaspoon. And that is a nice binder. Also, it adds a bit of flavor. Now for the spices, coriander is the main spice I'll be using here. This is ground cilantro seed. Let's do 3/4 of 1 teaspoon. It's a nice earthy spice with notes of citrus. And to bring out that citrus, we'll add the juice of half a small lemon for that acidy bite. And then what makes the sauce creamy is tahini. So this is actually a squeezy tahini, super easy. You don't have to worry about the oil separation.
Squeeze in that tahini.
You probably, it looked a little odd there. There we go. So you probably want to add about like 1/4 cup. I'm not going to measure, but you think that's good? Should be good. We can always check. Maybe a little more. And next up, we want to actually add some brags. A little bit of brags. Probably about a teaspoon's worth. You can also use soy sauce.
Or miso paste.
Or miso paste. Just to give it a little sodium. So now we just want to add a few tablespoons of water to thin it out. And you just want to do this to your desired consistency. Now we'll blend it.
It's good to shake it together before you blend.
Super loud.
Sorry guys.
We have a Vitamix too, but this is just so much more convenient. You can see that's way too thick. So I'm gonna add some more water to thin it out. I'll just straight up add it from the sink. Again, give it a nice shake.
Incoming rocket noises.
There we go. Perfect consistency there. Alright, growing some herbs here in this arrow garden. So we're actually going to pull off a few of these. Here, I'll get it. And throw them in.
This is basil, by the way.
Just throw those in, give them a quick wash.
Smells amazing.
They smell really good. Now we have a little bit of a green tinge there. So here we have it, the final product. In a bowl or plate, layer barley, the mushroom mix, and then the cooked vegetables on top. And then drizzle the tahini sauce over it. And there you have it, the Gladiator barley bowl. Thanks for watching, everyone, and stay tuned next week for the first episode of Historical Topics. We'll be heading to the 18th century American colonial Southeast. Be sure to subscribe so that you can get your history and recipes while they're still fresh.